They have a sentence of 25 years, but they will only have to serve 5 of those years, and they get credit for time served, meaning they will be out in 3 years.
America, 2 weeks ago, I showed you the governor of Virginia protecting multiple murderers by refusing to cooperate with ICE. Now the DA is giving another set of murderers a 5-year deal for stabbing a 47-year-old to death in a park. His name was Neisio Hernandez Gonzalez, and the Department of Homeland Security, a federal agency, publicly called this plea deal insane. When the federal government, you guys, calls your county DA's decision insane, the DA should stop and maybe answer for it. Steve Descano obviously isn't answering. He's defending it. He's done it before, multiple times, multiple victims. And the pattern in Fairfax County is so clear. At this point, it's no longer possible to call it a mistake.
The Department of Homeland Security strongly criticizes Fairfax County for a 5-year plea deal given to 2 illegal immigrants involved in a fatal stabbing. Both pleaded guilty to second-degree murder, but will serve only 5 years in prison, raising serious concerns among federal officials. DHS labels the plea deal a sweetheart deal and condemns Fairfax's sanctuary policies, asserting they protect criminal illegal aliens instead of U.S. citizens.
What is up, guys? Tyson Dela Cruz here. Thank you so much for rocking with me. Let me walk you through who's responsible for this murder before anybody swung a fist. Malden Abigail Guzman crossed the southern border illegally in 2018. A federal immigration judge issued a final order of removal in 2019. Out. That was the decision. He stayed. In 2022, ICE sent the Fairfax County Adult Detention Center a detainer. Hold him for us. That was what the detainer said. We'll come get him. Fairfax County refused, released him. In 2023, ICE tried again. Same county, same facility, same refusal, same result. While free, Guzman allegedly robbed a Greek family restaurant, allegedly attacked somebody with a knife, picked up convictions for burglary and assault. Every time Fairfax County had him, they let him go. And on July 20th, 2024, Neisio Hernandez Gonzalez was found dead in a wooded area near a park in Oakton, a park his neighbors knew well, with trauma to his body.
Learned 725 undocumented individuals have been in the custody of the Fairfax County Sheriff over the last year, but just 3 were transferred to ICE.
Fairfax County Sheriff Stacey Kincaid, Fairfax County Commonwealth's Attorney Steve Descano, Chair Jeff McKay, and the Fairfax County Board of Supervisors have been pushing for sanctuary county policies. In January 2021, Chair McKay and the Fairfax County Board of Supervisors passed a policy 9-1 that does not allow county employees to share resident-citizen status, so undocumented immigrants in Fairfax County can feel free to access county services. It's called the Trust Policy, and as a result of that policy, the Fairfax County Police Department does not ask people who they've arrested for their citizen status, and FCPD does not share citizen information with federal immigration officials. Descano has also said he will not cooperate with ICE, nor will he notify or alert immigration officials about defendants his office comes into contact.
725 in county custody, 3 transferred to ICE in the entire year. 3 transferred to ICE. That's the real number behind the policy. Descano announced it publicly, not as a reluctant confession, as a principle. This guy, his office does not cooperate with federal immigration enforcement, period. Second man, Luis Alonso Soto Portillo, 45 years old, from El Salvador, entered the country, you guessed it, illegally at an unknown date. ICE confirmed 0 prior records of any interaction with him. He crossed, disappeared into Fairfax County, and never appeared on any enforcement radar until Gonzalez was found dead. A third suspect, Wilmer Guzman, arrested in D.C. and was awaiting extradition to Fairfax County. Now, here's the defense Descano's office is offering when asked to explain the 5-year murder sentence. Pay attention to the specific word they choose.
Descano's office that the plea agreement achieved the outcome that the victim wanted, and that the victim wanted to avoid a felony conviction for Ramos Giron.
Terrified witness, that's the excuse. But ask yourself, what created that terror, okay? The same county that refused to deport Guzman, twice, by the way, that's the county those witnesses live in. When the community knows the government won't remove violent people, witnesses obviously go quiet in regards of retaliation. The DA's defense is a description of an environment his own policies built. The Neesio case here is the headline, but Descano's record on cases exactly like this goes back 4 years. This is not the first time with George Soros' financial backing. That says a lot right there. And since day one, his record on violent crimes follows that identifiable pattern. Several charges reduced, case dropped, prosecutors told to find the minimum path to a quiet outcome. We've covered Abdul Jalal, 30 plus arrests for this. And now we're here again. Yodi Chavez Sandoval, accused of rape, forcible sodomy, and attacking a woman down a flight of stairs. Descano's office reduced those charges to simple assault and sexual battery. Time served. Marvin Fernando Morales Ortiz, charged with first-degree murder in 2021. Descano's declined to prosecute. Arrested again in December 2025. Descano dropped those charges again. And the two men who murdered Neesio Hernandez Gonzalez at the park, 5 years.
He won in 2020, he won re-election in 2024. There have been 2 recall attempts with him. Both have failed because it's pretty hard to get people riled up about a county prosecutor. I don't think he's going to win re-election this next time, because when you let someone out of jail 30 times, including, by the way, rape, assault, other violent stabbings, they got that woman killed.
After all of this, after Jalal's record was public, Fairfax County voters sent him back. And now Neesio Hernandez Gonzalez's killers are going home in 3 years. And here's the part of Descano's record that goes beyond soft prosecution into something that should concern the Bar Association here.
The victim told me that wasn't true. She wanted him locked up for years.
If he represented to the court that the victim actually had signed off on this plea agreement when she clearly never did, that is a serious issue.
He told the court the victim supported lenient outcome. She went on camera and said that wasn't actually true at all. She wanted years. He went to the judge with something the victim never even authorized. That's not aggressive prosecution. That is misrepresenting a victim's wish to deliver a softer sentence. Sure, she buried her daughter, looked at the man who ignored the police warnings and said one man can't do this alone. 3 people run this system in Fairfax County, and every single one of them made the same choice here. All right, guys, I want you to picture a triangle. 3 people, 3 different jobs, all producing the exact same results. Governor Spanberger signed an executive order ending state ICE cooperation on February 4th, 2026. 19 days later, Stephanie Minter was dead. Spanberger has been publicly silent about Neesio Hernandez Gonzalez's plea deal situation. Sheriff Stacey Kincaid demands judicial warrants to honor ICE detainers. A formal federal prosecutor and a former ICE acting director confirmed warrants don't exist in immigration law. We already know this. She uses this legal sounding jargon shield to ensure that ICE can't get to anybody housed in their facility. She released Guzman despite ICE detainers in 2022 and in 2023. She still has that policy in place today. Steve Descano dropped charges, plea deals murderers down to 5 years, misrepresents victims' wishes to courts, and publicly refuses to cooperate with federal immigration enforcement. Remove any single corner of that triangle that I mentioned earlier, Neesio Hernandez Gonzalez and all these other people alive.
Jonathan Fahey, Zach Smith, former federal prosecutors, they say that this man would need a federal charge in order for ICE and DHS to do that. And right now, this man is facing a state charge, murder. And by the way, this man has 40 other past charges on his record, more than 30 past arrests, and the Fairfax County Commonwealth's attorney has dropped almost every single charge before this brutal murder. And ICE tonight is saying that ICE does not need a warrant to make an arrest. In fact, no judge in this country has the authority to issue a warrant for a civil immigration violation. So back to this judicial warrant. Some experts are telling me that Governor Spanberger is requesting something
that does not exist.
She knows it doesn't exist. Spanberger knows it doesn't exist. They use the jargon anyways.
Out of the 4 murders in Fairfax County, Virginia so far this year have been allegedly at the hands of illegal immigrants, including a stabbing at a bus stop, a machete hacking of a man in his own home, and a beating murder of a 3-month-old infant.
1 year, the same policy apparatus. DHS claimed 75% of Fairfax County's 2026 murders involved illegal immigrants, illegal aliens. Fox noted here that that figure hasn't been independently verified just yet, and I wanted to have that caveat in there, but the individual documented cases stand out on their own here.
ICE tells 7 News of Fairfax County police previously arrested Malden Annabelle Guzman in March and charged him with malicious assault for severely injuring a victim, and he did not appear in court. And ICE says the Fairfax County police once again arrested him on June 28 and charged him with malicious wounding. ICE says they issued multiple immigration detainers against Guzman, but the Fairfax County Sheriff's Office refused to honor the ICE immigration detainers.
ICE is now formally asking Fairfax not to release 2 convicted murderers after their sentences end, based on 4 documented cases of Kincaid refusing to honor detainers on one of those men before the murder even happened. What's the exception here? The April 15th congressional hearing is going to put all this on record, and what Descano hearing for April 15th, 2026. The title tells you exactly what they intend to cover here. Fairfax County, Virginia, the dangerous consequences of sanctuary policies. Both Descano and Kincaid were invited to testify. Like I mentioned in the previous video, still, as the recording of this video, neither of one of them have confirmed. There is a reason for that hesitation, because showing up means answering for everything I just walked you through here in this video. Every detainer refusal, every charge dropped, every victim misrepresented. But here's what Descano's defense actually confessed, because the media is missing the point here. He said witnesses are terrified to cooperate. That's true. Terrified witnesses don't appear out of nowhere. It is a product of a community that watches its government refuse to remove violent people and concludes that cooperating with prosecutors is absolutely pointless and very dangerous. The terror of Fairfax County witnesses is a direct result of the policies Descano defends. He creates the conditions that made prosecutions harder. Then he used these conditions as a justification for lenient sentencing.
ICE told us that they lodged detainers against one of the men several times, but Fairfax County Sheriff Stacey Kincaid did not honor those detainers and allowed that man back into the community before this murder. And Kincaid still has that policy of not honoring ICE detainers and not cooperating with ICE.
Still has that policy. After the detainers, you guys, after the murders, after the plea deal, after the federal government called it absolutely insane, Kincaid has the same policies. That is the definition of insanity and the definition of an outcome that's working exactly as intended. And Spanberger, who controls the state layer of this system, was given multiple opportunities to respond to DHS for calling out Fairfax County and her policies by name.
The agency urges Virginia's governor and local leaders to ensure the suspects remain in custody and warns that Fairfax's sanctuary policies contribute to increasing violent crime, urging stronger cooperation with federal immigration enforcement.
Spanberger had no response, and somehow that silence is treated as normal. A governor whose policies were publicly named by DHS as a contributing factor for mob murders, and she has nothing to say about it. My guys, chat. Her silence here is the answer. America, the April 15th hearing puts Descano and Kincaid on record. Congress can't remove the plea deal, but they can establish for history exactly who made every decision on this chain and why they did it. Here's what Congress still hasn't asked directly. A Virginia state legislator bill sits on Spanberger's desk right now that would make it illegal for local law enforcement to ignore ICE detainers. She wouldn't say whether she's going to sign it or not. Descano's office misrepresented a poor victim's wish to court, and there's been no disciplinary action from the Virginia State Bar. And Kincaid refuses to honor detainers using a legal standard that no federal authority recognizes. And nobody is challenging that in court. The system produced this result. Guzman had a removal order since 2019. Every single time Fairfax County had the opportunity to honor the detainer, they chose not to. Every single time Descano had a choice to prosecute fully, he chose not to. Every time Spanberger had a chance to align with federal law enforcement, she chose not to. 3 choices: one dead man in a park, 5-year sentence for people who put him there. Nicio Hernandez Gonzalez's family has the right to more than that. Let me know what you guys think about this. Drop it down in the comment section down below. Smash the like button if you kindly would. Share, subscribe, and as always, guys, I'll catch you on the next one.